Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Let's learn together. So today we will be solving activity 7.3.5 of English book of class 9, and you can see this activity is in page 106. So let's see what we have to do in this activity. Look, now read the conversation in activity 7.3.4 again and identify the language features of instrumental and influential power. Again, find out the language features used to neutralize the power that make the conversation more acceptable and democratic. That means they told you to read the conversation that's in 7.3.4. That means, as you can see, the conversation that happened between Peter and Mintu, right? So they told you to read this conversation again and to find out those influential power or influential power or instrumental power language features, and also to mark out the places where those powerful features were neutralized. Okay, so you have to read this again and you have to identify that in which places Peter or Mintu they tried to demonstrate influential power or an authoritative tone in the conversation, and again when or in which places they tried to neutralize it. Okay, so as you can see, I have already given the answers for you. Look, in this table, as you can see, there are two columns. One is for the language features of instrumental or influential power that was used in the conversation, and the other column is for the language feature that was used to neutralize the power in the conversation. Okay, so look, here are 5 points for each of the column given. As you can see, the first one for the first column is that Minto shares authoritative information about accents and power dynamics. That means we know that after Peter, he told or Minto about the fact that sometimes he finds it hard to understand Minto's accent. That time, Minto he tried to educate Peter about the normalization of diverseness of language, because that is something which is very normal for people coming from different lands to have accents in other languages, right? So he educated Peter about he shared basically information about accents and power dynamics. The power dynamics, we know what it means. It means the fact that native speakers they hold more authority or accuracy in their native languages other than the foreign speakers. So that's what's called power dynamics, as far as we have come to know from the conversation. Then the next one is Mintu directly addresses discrimination against non-native speakers. That means Mintu he told in one of his statements that sometimes, like mostly, the non-native speakers they face discrimination because of having accent in a specific language. Okay, he told this to Peter, so it was very direct, and this showed a sort of influential power or a strong sense in the conversation. Okay, then Mintu takes an educative role in explaining accent issues. That means the issue of having different accents for people coming from different regions, or simply non-native speakers, they have different accents. So this accent issue was explained and recognized by Mintu. Okay, he educated Peter about it. Then Peter acknowledges the privilege of native speakers. That means Peter also said that yes, native speakers can have more influence or more accuracy over a specific language than the non-native speakers. Okay, he acknowledged that. But then again, Peter apologized for any unintentional offense. That means Peter, he apologized to Mintu if like for somehow hurting him with his words, though Peter didn't mean to do it, but still, as Mintu was somehow a bit, he felt a bit offended by listening to what Peter said about not being able to understand his accent. So then Peter apologized to him. Now you can see the language feature used to neutralize the power in conversation. You can see here that Mintu uses neutral language, emphasizing communication over judgment. That means Mintu, he said that language should be used just as a tool of communication and not to judge someone's merit. So it's kind of neutralizing the language to make himself sound less authoritative or less let's say less influential in the conversation to like create a balance between him and Peter. Then Peter shows respect by apologizing and acknowledging Mintu's point. That means rather than showing more disagreement, Peter chose to respect Mintu's opinions and apologize for his unintentional mistake. So that is also a kind of neutralization of power in the conversation. Then Peter accepts his misunderstanding, equalizing the conversation. Okay. And after that, both use a collaborative tone to promote inclusivity. That means rather than going in disagreements, they expressed their own points, even if that though those were different, they still managed to express their own points, but at the same time, they didn't disrespect the points of each other. They respected each other's point, and at the same time, they expressed their point of view as well. Then mean two encourages open dialogue to address power imbalances. That means mean two he basically gave an emphasis on having free, frank dialogue where they would talk about power imbalances that might happen due to the difference in accents or due to power dynamics in language. So he gave an emphasis on having such sort of conversations more often to basically neutralize the intensity of discrimination that non-native speakers face usually due to having different accents. Okay, so I hope that you have picked this whole table up. All right, then that's all for today's video. I hope you found this video informative, and if that is so, then please like, share, and subscribe. And if you need any sort of improvements in these videos, then let me know in the comments section. For today, goodbye. We will meet in the next video.